Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Gassy Jack Gear Reviews. I'm doing another simple wristwatch review for you. This is not going to be an in-depth one that you may have seen in some of my other videos. I probably will do a much more in-depth video on this one with the history of the watch and everything like that. But this one I'm just going to be more or less an opinions video or review. Wristwatch check. This is my Vostok Amphibia with a new bezel and a bund strap. Love that watch. I will do a full in-depth review on that one at some point. So keep checking back or subscribe and you'll get notified. That'd be even better. Anyway, this here is my Seiko Turtle. And this is with the yellow and black bezel. You might be looking at this one saying, that looks a little different than the other ones that I've seen. And it should, because if you see that there, you might notice that bezel is ceramic. That crystal, you might say, it doesn't look completely flat, and it's not. Let me see if I can. It's slightly domed. That is a crystal times crystal, sapphire crystal. And for the life of me, I can't remember right now. I'll put it in the comment section when I look it up, where I got this ceramic bezel from. But I'll tell you what a difference this makes. I love the turtle, and I love it the way it was, but it looked a little on the dull side. And then what I did was I got a yellow tinted sapphire crystal from Crystal Times, and it was really yellow. It was like smoked yellow. I'll be honest, it was hard to see. And you might see it, actually, you can see it in another video, not on this particular watch, but I showed it for some reason, and maybe it was on my wrist at the time, I'm not sure. But it was really, really yellow. This one is clear, and the indices are the metal around the indices are gold colored. I doubt that they're gold, but they're gold colored. And the indices themselves are kind of creamy. They're not white. This watch is really, really nice. It pops so well. And it has the day and the date there, as you can see. It is an automatic watch. It's an in-house Seiko movement. And the movement is the 4R36 movement. Screw down crown. And it says divers 200 meter. When it says divers 200 meter, it's truly 200 meter. It's ISO certified when it says that. If it doesn't say divers, it's not ISO certified, or it must say ISO certified. But when it says divers, it is ISO certified. This is a true diver's watch, folks. I am not a diver. If you've watched any of my other reviews, you will have heard me talk about this. You know, my friends say that I look like a cat in the water. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. I'm not a water person. I really don't like being in the water that much. I love being around the water, just don't like being in the water that much. I'm a horrible swimmer. I'm just not at ease in the water. So you might say, well, why the hell do you have a dive watch? Because I like the look of them. That's why. I love the bezels on them. This watch just really, really appeals to me. It has push pins. I don't believe, if memory serves me correct, were these pin and collar, or are these just regular push pins? Someone chime in there, because it's been a while since I actually fiddled around with this. No, they are pin and collar. Yeah, they're pin and collar. Yeah. It's got Seiko's pretty standard double deployment clasp. And I don't mean butterfly, I mean double deployment means you have to push both of the sides in order to release it, the mechanism. I'll put it on my right hand wrist here. You might say, it looks kind of big on you. It's because I have little girl wrists, okay? Don't knock them. They're about, I I think they're about 6 and 7/8, between 6 and 3/3 and sorry 3/3. I'm an idiot. Between 6 and 3/4 and 6 and 7/8. So they're not manly by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, I was cursed with these little girl wrists, but what are you gonna do? You live with what you got. It still looks good. It doesn't look too big, and they always look much bigger on camera than in real life. But look at that. Wow. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna do this a little bit because I know you watch geeks that love watch porn. God knows what you sickos are doing right now. But look at that. I'll oblige. Look at that bezel. Oh my God. This watch was one of those watches in my collection. I was like, yeah, I like it. I mean, it's a cool watch. When I didn't do the bezel or the sapphire, but when I did, God, it pops so well now. It is flashy. Oh God, I love this watch. This watch I'll never get rid of. Between the sapphire crystal, the shiny ceramic bezel, those cream indices, and hands, I just love it. It looks incredible. It is sexy. And the what do they call it? The cushion case is so retro. I love it. Sorry, I'm excited about this watch, but I'm a watch geek. But I love this watch. And Seiko, if you don't know, oh, I almost knocked this over. Seiko, if you don't know, has some of the best lume in the market. It's at night it looms green as opposed to say Rolex that looms blue. And some people will compare and say, well, Seiko has the best. Seiko's even better than Rolex. You know, I'm not going to put this against a Panerai, what is it, the Luminor, whatever it is, as far as lume goes. But I'll put it against Rolex all day long with lume. And some people will say the big difference, besides the color, this being green and Rolex being blue, is that Rolex, from what I understand, and I don't have a Rolex yet, I was bouncing back and forth. You probably saw another video, and I've said I'm getting the Explorer. I probably will, but I'm going to get the Sub Note 8 sooner than the Explorer, and I think I'm going to get that in the next few months. So I'll do a review on that. But the lume. Seiko lume, this is what I understand. Seiko lume is slightly brighter, but it doesn't last as long throughout the evening. It lasts. Like I can go to bed, and even with these, artificial light being on this watch for 8 minutes, I could wear this to bed tonight and wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning when it's dark still, and I will still be able to see it no problem whatsoever. But I think Rolex is that much better from what I understand. I don't know for sure. I'll report back to you and I'll do a comparison. I can't wait to do a comparison between the Sub and some of my Seikos because I love my Seikos, but I'm sure I'll love that Sub too. And I'll get a little shot of the back of this watch here because it has that tsunami wave. Let me see if I can get that. Which way does it go here? The tsunami wave. That is so cool. And it's got solid links. It's got solid end links. It's got really nice polishing. You can see the polishing and the brushing. I'll be honest, I really like this bracelet too. I think they've done a smash up job. I wish that Seiko would put sapphire crystals and ceramic bezels. The ceramic bezel, I think the ceramic bezel was like $40 US, and I think the sapphire was about $44 US. So I don't know, like, would you not pay another $100 if it had sapphire and ceramic? I sure would. The one thing I did mess up, and some of you guys are gonna be like, you idiot, and I am. When I was doing this bezel, I don't know if you guys know this, but so typically when you take off a bezel, you pop off the whole bezel, and then you can do the you can you can you can do the you can glue it on or whatever method you want. Some people use some adhesive. I don't know what would be considered, but I use glue anyway. I used rubber cement in the past and it didn't work and it came out again. So I went a little permanent on this because I'm not getting rid of this. It's my watch. I'm not selling it. I use this super glue, and when I did it, I used too much, and I didn't realize that it actually must have dripped down, and it basically, this bezel is now attached to the crystal. So yeah, I know some of you guys, your face is in your palm right now. I know, and I know I'm an idiot for doing it, but it's my watch. I'll be honest, I never use the bezels anyway. You know, I could care less. I'm not a diver. I'm not going to use the bezel, so I really don't care. But it was just a stupid error, and I admit that. But whatever. Now I know that sucker's not coming off, so for me, it's not, that's a good thing. But it's peace of mind at least that it's not going to come off. The case back is a bit scratched because I scratched it when I was trying to get it off. Wow, like I don't know what Seiko did, but they torqued the hell out of this thing at the factory. Like it was brutal. And funny story, when I originally went to get the crystal put on, I took it to a shop and I called them back the next day. Said, "Oh, did you do it? Is the job done?" The guy said, "No, we weren't able to do it." He gave me some cockamamie story saying that they were pushing on the crystal so hard that he thought he was going to bust the crystal, the hardlex. And I said, "Yeah, so I'm not. I don't care if you bust it. I'm not keeping it. That's why I'm doing the replacement crystal. I don't care if you bust it." And he's like, "Oh, we didn't feel, if it was my watch." And he gave me this. "Oh, if it was my watch, I would have done it, but it's a customer's watch. Didn't feel right." It wasn't that. He was BSing me. What it was is this was so damn tight. What I had to do was I had to put it in a vice grip with one on either side, and take the strap off, and basically sink those ends, tighten it, sink those ends right into the wood so it wouldn't go anywhere, and then push down. And now since then I've gotten a pretty decent watch back opener. And I had to torque the hell out of this thing to get it open. It slipped the one time and I scratched it. But like I said, my watch, don't care, not getting rid of this. You know what? One of my family members, when I die, will probably go, "Hey, what the hell's wrong with this? You know, what's wrong with the bezel?" "Oh, your idiot relative super glued it." But whatever. Anyway, if you have any questions, if you want to see this against another watch, I do have an SKX. I have a Seiko Sumo or Blue Mode, the blue one, and a couple other divers. But anyway, if you do want to see it against another watch, let me know in the comments section. If you have any questions, leave them. If you have any comments, go ahead. Anyway, this has been a Gassy Jack Gear review. Hope to see you soon, and please subscribe. Bye-bye.